the Minnesota Vikings have a pass rush problem when the player who finishes with the most sacks on your team hasn't played for your team for half the season. It's evident that the position needs an upgrade. Now, we're all talking about Danielle Hunter coming back next season after missing the entire 2020 campaign with offseason neck surgery. And Mike Zimmer seems to believe, or at least the way that he's speaking to the media in the final days of the season, sounds convinced that Danielle Hunter will be back with the Vikings next year. So that leaves the other side of the defensive line and a pass rusher that hopefully is better than Odenigbo or DJ Wonnum or Jalen Holmes. DJ Wonnum, the jury is still out, but he's a mid-round edge rusher, and those typically don't pan out unless your name is Everson Griffen, who was a former fourth-round draft pick of the Minnesota Vikings, played almost 10 years with us and broke out, and I believe it was 2014 when he recorded 12 sacks. Had some monstrous years here in Minnesota as a scary defensive end, and for the past 24 hours, he's put together this sort of dark ops social media campaign where he is advocating to return to Minnesota and reunite with Danielle Hunter. I have clipped some of those screenshots from social media, mostly Twitter. I think the other one's an Instagram post. And I'm going to put them up on the screen here as I talk here for the next couple minutes. And you can see for yourself that he is really trying to get the attention, that he still has something left to give, and he would like to do it back with Minnesota. So Everson Griffen right now is 33 years old. He just had a birthday on the 22nd of December. I know that sounds creepy to know that, but I just happened to look it up. So he'll be 34 by the time the season ends next year. I believe right now he's on a contract worth about $3 million. The Vikings are currently $10 million over the cap to start next season. So we have to find cap space if we're going to get veterans. Now, there is a lot of intriguing free agents coming up here in the offseason, positions that we need help at, like specifically the offensive line. Thuney from New England comes up a lot in discussions. Unfortunately, right now we can't afford anybody. So I think we're going to see, you know, in the coming months, us lose some of the veterans that have been here for a long time. And there's going to be some cap casualties for us to get under the cap. And that's what happens when you pay your quarterback and running back a lot of money. So Everson Griffen is an intriguing option. I think that the Vikings, with the 14th overall pick in the first round of next year's draft, I think that they're going to, well, this year's draft, I think that they're going to be committed to upgrade the defensive line with that selection. And it's either going to be Kwity Paye from Michigan or it's going to be Gregory Rousseau from Miami. It could also be Nixon from Iowa on the interior defensive line. I don't think there's really anybody else in either of those two positions that be worthy of the 14th overall pick. So if Rousseau and Kwity Paye are not available at those spots, I wouldn't be surprised if we trade down. So Everson Griffen could come in and be a rotational defensive end, maybe move him inside a little bit here and there, and we could draft Gregory Rousseau or Kwity Paye, whoever it may be, to start on the other side. Gregory Rousseau fits the profile of what they're looking for in an edge rusher, and I haven't done a draft profile on him yet, but it is in the pipeline. I've done a draft profile on Kwity Paye. He is one of the freakiest of athletes that there is on defense in the draft this year, so it would be an intriguing pick if we were able to get him, but I don't think he'll last to the 14th pick. So fans, Vikings fans, let me pose the question to you. Do you want to bring back Everson Griffen on a one-year risk-free contract? It would probably be for the veteran minimum. He got 6 sacks this year, so he's not completely washed up. And honestly, it's more sacks than anybody that currently plays for the Vikings had all season. So let me know in the comments what you think. Should Everson Griffen be reunited with the Minnesota Vikings? Is that something you support? Do you not want to deal with the baggage, which is why he ended up leaving in the first place? Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.